What's up, guys? It's Dr. Steve, master of the subconscious mind and doctor who fixes 100% of orthopedic issues not related to cancer, fracture, infection. And society has lots of programming, and it's a program in society that actually holds people back. It stops them from living through their heart, and through the heart chakra in the body starts to express symptoms, because when we decide to open our heart, the crown chakra opens, which allows us to speak our truth, which brings in the existence of what it is that is our heart's desire, right? So when we open our heart, crown chakra opens, the intuition is given to you, and when you speak on that, it allows us to bring that in. And it's the lower chakras that are forcing life and cause you to be burnt out. And we see that all the time all over society, because most normal people that are out there are unhealthy, buried in debt, exhausted, they hate their job, and they probably meet at least one criteria for mental health disorder. So, and yet you are expected to follow in the footsteps of what everyone else is doing. Most people are programmed just to follow the standard quo. You basically grow up, you go to school, you get a job, it's a 9 to 5, you work, you go back home, you watch TV, you eat fast food, and then you get maybe 1 week a year or 1 week a year in vacation, paid vacation. And you get those health benefits. Those health benefits are needed, are necessary. The truth of the matter is that that's just a program society. And if you want to get back into the history of it, it was actually developed by Horace Mann. The school system was developed to create obedient, subservient workers that were militant so that they could serve in the workforce and serve the elite. It's a paradigm that needs to go. The power comes from within you. You don't have to go to school. There's nothing that you have to do. Right? The only thing that matters is you follow your heart and your intuition. And I have a lot of people that have a hard time trusting what is going on. They don't understand why their bodies are expressing symptoms and their life is expressing these symptoms. And they don't know what choices are right for them. And the way that I teach patients to figure out if the situation is safe for them when they have a very hard time deciphering what the truth is and what reality is and if it's good for them, what I have them do is I have them get out of their mind. And the first thing I do is have them connect with their heart. So I make sure they put more energy into their heart, and I will have them just focus right here. And then I have them focus on the actual situation at hand when they can't make the decision. And I say, just think about the situation in your head, but don't pay attention to what your logical mind thinks. I want you to think about the situation and pay attention to what your heart does. And as soon as you pay attention to your heartbeat, what will happen is your inner guidance will tell you. Because if you think about that situation, if you put that situation in your mind and you only stay in your heart will beat rapidly if it's a situation that's not suited for you. The universe will guide you. And if it's a safe situation, it's what is actually meant for you. Your heartbeat will be slower. It'll be calm. It'll feel right. And that's how you can make a decision on, is this situation, this job, this relationship, is it right for me to be in? Because the logical mind often misleads us. And a person who is in their head oftentimes makes a lot of mistakes. They force things. And in forcing life, that's when your body begins to speak symptoms. It expresses in health issues, relationship problems, money issues, right? So all we have to do is get out of our heads. It's really very simple, but hard for a lot of people to do, because society as a whole, even though there is an awakening and everyone's waking up, and the vibrational frequency of the planet's coming up, there's still a lot of healing that needs to happen. And when you decide to step into your heart and actually be aware, what happens is you invite others to do the same. And we weren't born here to just work a 9 to 5. We were born to bring each other back home. right? This is what the Great Awakening is. It's to bring each other back home. So the old paradigms have to fall. So there's going to be a lot of struggle, in the intern as things shift and this old paradigm changes. So just in the struggles, just connect with and understand that there's just a karmic situation at hand, and love the situation at hand, because you always want to basically, when the karmic situation happens, you want to, whatever chooses to show up in your life, you want to choose to love that situation, because it's there just to teach you a lesson. It's the resentment and the anger and the fear and all the negative emotions that we get into that misguide you, keep you misdirected. So if you don't decide to follow your heart, what will happen is the universe will start to speak louder. You will continue breaking your heart over and over and over and projecting all your problems on the rest of the world until you finally open it. And that's just from the mystic Rumi, right? You will continue breaking your heart over and over and over until you finally decide to open it. So forget what society told you about safety and logic. And as soon as you decide to step in your heart, the universe aligns with everything that you need to fulfill that desire that you have inside your heart.